YTBC, what's the deal? So I've been looking for some new up and coming talent. I've been interested in these 2016 Olympic Games, man. So I've been looking at the super heavyweight division. Just looking around, I went to the amateur rankings, the world rankings, and just looking at fighters. The guy who I'm most impressed with, man, is Filip Hrgovic. He is a Croatian fighter. He's 6'6", about 240. He's not a fat guy, so he is in shape. He kind of has like a sleek build, but he's in shape. Kind of, just from what I've seen, he kind of gives me an impression of a Vitaly Klitschko by his stance, the way he uses his jab. He has nice right hand. His left hook he carries pretty low, but he's educated with it, but he does carry it a little bit low. And he's got better in all his fights. I went and watched some amateur fights, man. I watched his World Series of boxing fights, and I watched some amateur fights, some European Championship amateur fights. And from 2012, 13, 14, 15, he's getting better. His stance, he's not awkward. He's not he doesn't fall over his feet. He's not a tall, clumsy guy. He has very good footwork, and he gets better by the year. You go watch him fight, I guarantee you're going to watch him get better as you watch the fights. I've seen him fight Brandon Glayton, the U.S. #2 ranked super heavyweight. He handled him. He was landing vicious uppercuts in that fight. He was setting Glayton up in that fight, man, with jabs, and then he was just whipping this damn uppercut. Seen him fight Jose Medina, Edgar Munoz, Sadar Abdullah. All these fights are on YouTube, and there was a plethora of other fights that I forgot the guys' names that we was fighting. Sergey Kuzmin, I remember that fight too. Kuzmin is actually a pro right now. He's the 4th rated Russian fighter according to BoxRec. I watched that fight. Kuzmin thought he's going to overwhelm him and overpower him and put the high guard up and walk through him, and it didn't happen. Hrgovic, I've seen him fight other top-rated amateurs. I've been looking around. I've watched Tony Yoka. I've watched Joe Joyce, who is a strong Great Britain fighter. He actually beat Hrgovic in the World Series of Boxing. But I watched that fight. Ivan Daichko, I watched him. I'm trying to watch all these guys. You can never count out Roberto Camarelli. He has been to 3 straight Olympic Games. He's won the bronze, the gold, and the silver. So I think, just watching Hrgovic, man, he looks just as far along as Adrian Granat. If you go watch his fights and watch him in the World Series of Boxing, his jab, his footwork, how calm he is, he looks like a pro fighter fighting showcase fights against some of those guys in World Series of Boxing. But just watch him and watching his skill level, he looks just as far along as some of the guys. He has better footwork and better technique, in my opinion, than Anthony Joshua, although Joshua has the power over Hrgovic. But Hrgovic, he's been known to be in camps and give some guys that are professionals problems. He was in a Kirbat pull-off camp getting him ready for the Vladimir Klitschko fight, and he was the reason that David Haye got his eye cut and had to cancel his fight with Tyson Fury. So and that was when he was 19, 20 years old. I believe he's 23 right now, but he's young. I don't know what he planned on doing after the Olympics. I don't know if he's going to stay at amateur and fight an amateur career, or if he's going to become a pro fighter. But from right now, it looks like, he's no worse than Arnold Jarek Jai or any of those guys that are contender level. But he beat Joseph Parker in the amateurs. I mean, he is a well-groomed. He has the pedigree. He has a lot of European and world experience, so I think he's ready for the big time. I hope he doesn't stay an amateur, but for political reasons in some countries, they don't want their fighters to turn pro. So I'm gonna research more and look at all these guys in this upcoming 2016 Olympic Games. But right now, my favorite for the gold medal, I'm gonna go with Filip Hrgovic. I think he has the height, the reach, the skill, the patience, and he looks like he's getting better over the years. When I watch his fight footage, he gets better every time out. Just my opinion on these upcoming games, and just showing some light on some of these upcoming contenders. Hopefully, some of these guys in this batch of Olympic hopefuls, hopefully some of them turn pro. I don't want to see these guys stay amateur forever, because some of these guys look like they can make some noise, especially in today's climate. YTBC, I'm out.